Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Welcome back to Crisco's Corner. This is from the College Fix. Any of you want to get some craziness going on college campuses, go to thecollegefix.com. Now, this is a subject you might seem a little odd for a guy that does political commentary, but also I'm a big chess enthusiast. And here we go again with these, I'm going to say it right out loud, libtards in the colleges and the universities come out with these studies, and they don't say how the studies are done or the background or how accurate they are. But this entire article from the New York University study is a total crock of bull, frankly. It is. Chess wrongly perceived as a brilliant scheme, leaving girls out NYU study. This is the same NYU, by the way, that thinks black people and minorities in general are too stupid, are unable to go online to get IDs and other things. These are the same. The progressive white liberals have always been the racist, in this case, sexist. Researchers say coaches' parents don't recognize their own bias against girls. I played in many chess tournaments. Granted, there is a larger proportion of boys than men. But I just played in the New York State Championship in September. In fact, I played a young lady that was probably 14, 15, 16 years old, and we drew. And there are girls everywhere. I would say of the girls, now women not so much, but girls, yes. On the top 10 boards in the New York State Championship, which means they're very high rated and very skilled players, there are 3 or 4 young ladies. Vast majority of the girls that play are Asian Indian and Chinese Asian. I would say 95%. The other 10% are non-Asian. You see a lot of Asian kids, both boys and girls, at these tournaments. Why? Because their parents push them to do things. They try to improve their brains. But I don't want to get off on a tangent. Fewer girls play chess competitively because their own parents and coaches hold bias about skills such as brilliance, and that they connect to male players, according to a new study out of New York University. Believe me, I'm about a 1600 player, which is really good for the people walking around, but for a tournament play, it's about average. And I've been playing well over 50 years. Now, the fact of the matter is, all chess players are not brilliant. I hate to break that stereotype and burst that bubble, because everybody perceives the fact when I used to do chess tournaments behind my convenience store years ago, before I sold it, the TV people would come and, chess is a game of geniuses and brilliancies, and I hate to burst that myth, but it's really not true. I know some really good chess players that are dumber than a bag of rocks, and I know some really smart people that are lousy at chess. So I kind of told on everybody's a chess player that pretends they're smarter. We're really not. The fact of the matter is this. Young girls are just finding their way like everybody else in life that's young. They saw an interest in chess. They saw it in school, or they have it in part of their school program, or they saw it online. There's a million chess videos, and they try it. And they're better than the kids around. So their parents spend the time and money. And the USCF, I have to say, which is quoted in this article, I've been to the USCF headquarters a couple of times. I know people that have worked there for a very long time, 20, 30 years. They're now currently just moved to St. Louis moved from Crossville, Tennessee. And now in St. Louis, the chess capital of the United States, or maybe even the world. The fact of the matter is, girls have different interests than boys. There's a shocker. As girls get older and mature, their interests vary from most boys. I'm not saying all girls, because guess what? Boys and girls are different. Wow, what a concept. It always has to be with these progressive morons, the oppressor over the oppressed. And now these young girls are being oppressed, even by their parents. It's a crock of total bull. And they actually published this in the Journal of Experimental Psychology. How about experimental intelligence? Provides the first large-scale evidence of bias against young female players. What large-scale evidence? And holds implications for the roles parents and mentors play in women entering other male-dominated fields such as science and technology. Women don't pick science and technology or engineering as a rule because one simple fact. When you're old enough to go to college or in your late teens in high school, women generally, not all, but generally care more about people. Boys and men, as they get older in high school and they enter college, care more about things. That is a natural tendency of men and women. It's absolutely ridiculous. These police are more likely to be harmful to both girls who already play chess than to those who would want to. What a crock of bull. They promote girls and women's chess in the U.S. Chess Federation all the time because I know people that work there. I know them personally. They have all-girls tournaments. I mean, they have all-girls world championships. They have all-girl, huge, top-notch players in the world. The women's championship, world championship, is different than the world championship. The world championship is open to anybody that can qualify. The women's world championship is only for people that qualify that are women. I'm waiting, and I don't think it's happened yet at a high level, maybe at a low level in a tournament. I'm waiting for a grandmaster, which is a very strong chess player that's male to identify as a woman and play in some of these women tournaments. And we'll see what they do in Europe, where a lot of these, where vast majority of really good chess players who are women reside. This belief is more likely to be harmful. It's a bunch of nonsense. It's downgraded by your parents or by your coaches before you even started, the researchers wrote. Bullshit. I'm not even going to beat that out. However, the research also noticed that parents, coaches, and chess organizations are making efforts to ensure girls have opportunities to play chess competitively if they want to. Making efforts? They're bending over backwards for several decades. Daniel Lucas, who I don't know, he's a spokesman for the U.S. Chess Federation, told the College Fix they see anecdotal evidence that supports the researchers' conclusions. Anecdotal. What he's trying to say is he's probably a lefty. And I'm not putting the guy down when I say that. And he knows what this article is total bullshit. But he can't say that because he doesn't want to get the wrath of the progressives and the left. So he calls it anecdotal evidence. Female participation in chess is low, but the Federation is making steps to encourage more women and girls to play, and that's true. They sponsor women's tournaments all the time. In Europe, they're all over the place, especially at the higher level. We've been working many years to increase our female membership to at least 50%. Why they want that? That's the lefty part of them. Just increase the numbers. If it gets to 50, it gets to 50. If it doesn't, it doesn't. There are currently only 13%. So there's a lot of work to do because as girls get older, their interests change. For the study, research interviewed 286 parents, chess coaches, and mentors to explore potential biases against young female players. What coaches? What parents? Parents at chess tournaments? I doubt it. Through a series of questions, they found evidence that parents and mentors thought female youth players have lower potential than male players. That's a lie. It's an outright lie. I talk about all the time the progressive left and how ridiculous they are and how effing stupid. But they pick a subject that I really care about. I'm a big chess enthusiast, always have been. I was a tournament organizer for many years. In fact, the county championship was played behind my store when I had it for over 10 years. This bias is stronger among those who thought that brilliance is required for success in chess. Nobody thinks brilliance is required. Yeah, maybe at the higher level, the world championship level, the top 50 or 100 in the world, yeah. It's like anything else. How many people golf? Millions in the United States, right? But only a tiny, tiny percent are good enough to play what they call brilliant golf. So that means all the rest of the people that golf are stupid? No, they just enjoy the sport. They enjoy the game. Why is this any different? Nobody thinks you have to be brilliant to play chess. Chess mentors and coaches and parents who believe the game requires brilliance also reported that female mentees were more likely to drop out of chess due to low ability. All the beginners in chess are low ability. I would say a good 30 to 40% of the players. I just played in a tournament that was almost 400 people in the New York State Championship, and I'll bet you 30, 35% are low ability. Adults, children, boys, girls, men, women. It's just a statistical fact, which received funding from the National Science Foundation. Sophie Arnold, a doctoral student at NYU, wow, they're out to put up red flags, and lead author said in a statement that women are underrepresented in competitive chess, and their research aimed to identify reasons why. Miss Arnold, Sophie, you're a doctorate student, so that means you're not stupid, but you have a progressive leftist cult mentality. How do they identify why? Because many girls, not all, but the vast majority of girls have different interests than boys. Let's look at it, this base level of chess. It's a war game. Always has been. Parents and coaches are biased against the female youth players in their own lives. That's a lie. The Fix reached out to Arnold several times asking about the motivation behind her research and what bias women face in chess, but she did not respond. Yeah. I'm contacted by the Fix. Andrea Simpian, a psychology professor at NYU and senior author of the study, said she was traveling and would respond later. However, the Fix did not hear from him again. We was traveling where? What? To McDonald's and go get some gas? Maybe they need a diagram to figure out how to pump gas. Researchers said they found that coaches and parents did not recognize that their own presumptions may function as a barrier to girls succeeding in the game. And there it is. That's a different way of saying unconscious bias. Does that sound familiar, folks? They say it in racist terms all the time. You don't recognize your unconscious bias. Well, how the hell can you recognize it if it's unconscious, you morons? Specifically, coaches who thought brilliance was required to exceed in chess. No coach thinks that. No chess. There's a lot of chess coaches around, especially in the big cities, especially now with the internet. They don't think brilliance is required to succeed in chess. Chess is a very, very difficult game, and there's a lot of rules. Specific rules, how you put your pieces, how you attack, how do you defend. There's a lot of things. This is about brilliance. Just like a regular golfer. There's golf pros all the time that give lessons to people. A lot of women golf, but they're not geniuses or brilliant at golf either. They just enjoy the game. Thought their female mentees would be more likely to stop playing chess due to lack of ability than their male mentees. Now, that's true for both boys and girls. As time goes on, boys and girls get older, especially in their early and late teens. Boys seem to continue more than girls, but they have different interests, especially boys. Boys have an interest in girls, and vice versa. They have different interests in general. And in fact, parents and coaches do not believe that girls, relative to boys, encounter a less supportive environment in chess and might stop playing as a result. Let me read that again. And in fact, parents and coaches, these are the parents of the girl chess players. These are the coaches of the girls chess players. They did not believe that girls, relative to boys, encounter a less supportive environment in chess and might stop playing as a result. It's not about support. It's about changing of interests as you get older. However, the research also found that parents and coaches are investing time and money into encouraging girls to play chess competitively. They have been for decades. Let me give you an idea. Say your daughter, 10 years old. She wants to play in a chess tournament. You have to belong to the USCF to play in a rated tournament. That's really cheap if you're a kid, so that's what, 20, 25 bucks, whatever it is. All right, so you go to a tournament. A lot of the tournaments around the country are run by Continental Chess Association. They have the big tournaments, so you want to go to one of those. The entry fee is $100 plus, depending on the tournament. Right around 100, maybe 120 sometimes. Okay, there's 120. 20 for the USCF membership. That's 140. Now, you got to probably travel. You have to stay over 2 nights. Well, that's $100 a night minimum. So you're looking at $350, $380, just $100 to play in your first chess tournament. And money into encouraging girls to play chess competitively. And all the hundreds of tournaments I played in, and I played in tournaments over 50 years, I've only cashed out once. That is, got money. But there's tons of girls' tournaments. They bend over backwards to let girls play. And some girls are. There have been female winners of open chess competitions in recent years, such as Alice Shen, who won the 2nd grade title in the K-12 championship in 2022. Yeah. The U.S. Chess Federation also runs a women's program and holds female-only competitions. Conversely, it does not hold male-only competitions. Unbelievable. It's the same as, we'll say, soccer or other sports. Women are allowed to have their own, but the men can't go into the women's. But the men's competition in chess is very much unlike physical sport. Women are always welcome in the open tournaments, no matter what's your sex, gender, race. That is the one true leveler of people. I played 8-year-old kids and had a hell of a time and lost before. That doesn't matter who your parents were. It doesn't matter how rich you are. It doesn't matter your background. Once you sit at a chessboard, everything becomes even. And only your playing skill determines, not your background or who your parents were. It's just unbelievable. I wonder where they got the money for this study. That's probably what the deal is. They got 40, 50, 60 grand in the study, and they went through the motions so they can collect the money. I know, because I used to be a city council member in upstate New York in the early 2000s. And the county used to do the same thing. They would get grants to go after underage cigarette sales, and they would go to 20 stores knowing they wouldn't catch anybody. They would put plants in there, and they wouldn't catch anybody selling cigarettes to underage, and they keep the grant money, 20, 30, 40 grand, whatever it is, and they move on to the next grant. It's a money pit. Unbelievable. Sorry about the rant, but this is a subject that I care deeply about. Chess in the United States, and especially chess for kids. What a bunch of lies. And then when young girls or teenage girls read this, well, why should I do this? It's rigged against me anyway. And it's not. It's not. It's total, unadulterated bull. Sorry to take so long, but this is a subject I really care about. And when I see outright lies, I'm not talking about distorting the truth, outright lies, it just pisses me off. Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.